What's up, though? This is Life is Rigged, and we got another video coming up. And oh shit, I'm still kicking it, man, like I supposed to. Still doing videos, right? You know what I mean? So, excuse me. So, micromanaged spiritual warfare. Probably do another video, something similar with this type of shit, then I'm gonna leave it at that. But um people are asking or wanting to know if I'm okay, and I'm still living and kicking, so I guess I'm okay, right? I'm still in the prison, right? I'm not financially doing okay, so if you want to support, hit the PayPal up on my page and in this video. Um, Let me tell you what happened first, man. Just to give you an update and the idea. I already told you what happened already, right? Let me see. Where did I leave off at? Uh, no, y'all don't even know about that shit. I can't remember what I left off at of telling y'all about how I'm being targeted with petty and events that's happening. Okay. Um I'm trying to remember what I said last, cuz I know sleeping in my car was not the last thing I said. Yeah, my heat went out. All the shit that happened, right? I think that's the last thing I said that happened to me. It was two below zero outside, and I'm sleeping in my car and the heat went out, right? The little incident that I got called off from work that made me to be homeless. Got into a fight with my boss on the job, fair fist fight. A lot of shit that happened. But guess what happened between the last video and now? I was the Matrix still doing a little fuck shit, right? So I fixed my heat, right? So I'm like, damn, all right, cool. So I'm on the phone with my lady friend, and I'm leaving somewhere downtown, and it was like 2 in the morning, and I'm hearing something go, cocoon, 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 bam! Whole car had slammed on the ground, damn near. So I said, "What now?" I'm like, this ain't good." I told her, I said it out loud like this, man, like this ain't good. She was like, "What's wrong? What's wrong?" I was like, "This ain't good." So I went outside and look, the whole motherfucking tire assembly jumped off the ball joint. Like if somebody loosened my ball joint screw or even took it off, you had a heavy bump, that bitch coming off, and you can kill yourself. I was just about to go to the freeway, right? I was just about to go to the freeway. And these motherfucker entities, these demonic entities, God and his cronies, wanted me to get on the freeway. But something was like, nah, it ain't gonna be the freeway. It's gonna be around here. Like, it ain't gonna be the freeway. I was nowhere. I was very close to getting on the freeway. I'm on a service drive. So when I hear it was raining like a motherfucker, it was raining. There was puddles of water hiding potholes. So that's how I didn't see the pothole. It was like boom. And that bitch jumped right off the ball joint. The ball joint means your wheel is not turning together. It's it's independent. It's supposed to be together, right? It's independent. One going this way, the other one going the other way. That's not gonna get you down the road. You got to be tied together as one as it turns at the same time, going in the same direction. So I'm like, fuck. Let me call you back. I'm calling tow trucks. Tow truck driver. It's 3 in the morning now. So tow truck. I'm on the side of the dark road downtown Detroit. So tow truck said $350 just to tow me 8 miles. I'm like, $350 to tow me 8 miles. I said, are you serious, sir? He was like, "Oh, yeah, the axle broke, so that's gonna be extra." I'm like, bro, cars used to be breaking down all the time. The axle and everything else on ball joints. There was never no extra charge for that, dude. Now y'all want to do an extra charge, and y'all know because I need it. That's the reason why y'all want to charge me $350. So I was like, no, I'm not gonna do it. So I hung up the phone. These motherfuckers calling me back. I'm like, yo, what's going on? Do you still need a tow? I said, bro, I told you I was good, right? On the first conversation. Why you calling me back, trying to see if you can get me to be stupid to pay $350? So I was like, don't call my phone no more. If I need you, I call you. Do not call me because that price is not reasonable as it is, and you want to call me. Don't call me. They say, cool. So I'm sitting there. I'm like, dude, I'm not going nowhere. It's raining. It's downtown. I'm sleeping in my car. So it's like, yo, this is different than, you know. So I'm thinking. I'm like, this is the fucking Matrix. And I'm like, y'all some bitches. Y'all some pussy ass, hoe ass motherfuckers who is not gonna sign up and go through this shit that we go through. And I called another tow truck. They said 325. One said 300. I said, all of y'all can go fuck yourselves because I'm not that type of guy to get, or a girl or whatever person that will be in need of you. I work on cars, so it's like I'm not that needy of you. I know I'm stranded. I know I don't need to be paying $350. I can't pay it. So what the fuck is you talking about? So I was like, I'll be finished in a minute. I was like, yo, tow trucks is out the question. So what I'm going to fucking do? I don't know. I'm sleepy. So I was like, man, I'm just gonna. But he said it's the after hours too. That's the after hours price. So I was like, all right, maybe I could just call back at 8, 7 o'clock and see what's up. So I went to sleep right there on the side of the road. I tried to drive. That bitch was like, I was making some sound, brand. I was scared as fuck. I turned that bitch right off. And I was like, all right, cool. It was good when I started, but when I put in drive, it was doing that shit because the axle was. So I'm sitting there, wakes up at 8, and I'm like, man, shit is a trip, man. And I said, you know what? I had to be at work too, and I didn't want to miss that money, because I get paid daily, $20 an hour paid daily. So I was like, shit, I gotta hurry up and see what I'm gonna do because I gotta get to work. So I said, let me get out the car, man, and look at it with the daylight, with more light. And I looked at it, 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 and I said, oh, it ain't nothing but the axle. I can get a ride to the parts store and get an axle and come back and put that bitch on. I won't need nobody help. No tow truck or nobody can do that shit, right? The ball joint screw didn't have a screw. It's like it popped off and it's gone. So I would have to go get a screw for that too. So I was like, all right. So I looked and I didn't have nobody to call that can do this, right? And I ain't calling nobody I don't want to be calling. So I looked in the Craigslist ad and called the transportation services, but really he was a guy with a car who was willing to take people for and get paid for money. So I was like, cool. And he turned out to be a woke person too. So it was cool. We linked up and got the phone. We changed phone numbers. Like, we gonna link up on something. I'm like, all right, cool. He asked for $10. I gave him $35 to do it. So he took me up there. I got the axle. I came back and I started putting this motherfucker on. It was raining like a motherfucker and cold, and I'm out there. It was trying to piss me off. You know, spiritual attacking is an entity or a person trying to make you upset or sad so you can keep yourself down and have doubt with yourself. Never let I always preach, don't let a situation change you. You change the situation. So I'm on the side of the road and cars is coming. I could have got hit too. So when I first started taking the tire off, I was sitting on a chair on the side of the road, um, taking the lug nuts off, the screws that hold the tire on. I mean the bolts. And car swerved over a little bit, just enough to scare you, but not. So I'm like, oh, that's the Matrix mad at me. When shit like that happens, that's why I be like, people be like, what do you mean when he say the Matrix is mad at him and all this shit? I'm fixing my car, a problem that they caused. And the car, when I was fixing my car, it should be nothing but happiness for me. But a car almost hit me, almost swerved. It swerved. It ain't almost hit me, but it could have. He swerved a little bit, did a little swerve. But my reflexes was already on it. Now, why would people say, why, I mean, what would make people say that, damn, man, like, damn, man, you know, people will be like, hold on. Oh, okay. I bet not. Shit. But damn, what the hell I was saying? I had to, security and shit, play security. But that's weird. But and people, it'll make people say, people, they don't. A lot of people just don't understand. You know what I'm saying? They're spiritually being attacked, and by with that happening to a regular person, it was just one thing, none of it. Me, car swerved over a little bit. It was like it's magnetized or whatever, a type of attraction to where it moved over closer to me a little bit. And I stood up and I'm like, I was kind of upset at that one. It's like, yo, Matrix is mad at me. That's how you know the Matrix is mad at you and it's evil. When you try to do things, if you're aware and you look around, you will see a a type of mm, you will feel the energy, but you will feel it, man. If you're aware of your surroundings, you're aware, period, you will feel energy when it changes. How big did it change? All that shit in real time. Like I can see people change right before my eyes. You know what I mean? So that's how you can know certain things like that. Like this guy, he was happy that he was a bad he's you know what I'm saying, he used to just be going through a lot of shit. But then he had hit the number. He had hit the number for like $5,000. And he wasn't even on child support at all. The paperwork, so when he was asking for his money from the Michigan lottery, it was like a delay. And they was like, what the fuck going on? It was like, well, shit, they got to run your name and see if you owe the state before they pay you. So they come to find out he had to pay for some, what you call that shit, child support shit. And he like, dude, I don't got no kids. Like, how the fuck am I gonna be paying child support for? So it was a big old thing. It was all dragged out and shit. And I'm like, that's the Matrix mad at you, bro. You know what I'm saying? If you have a success or you have a situation where you have fun and your energy was lifted, be looking for something bad around the corner. Now, people be like, yo, you don't do that because you a manifested. Bitch, you don't know what the fuck you talking about. Like, all these baby souls be trying to kick knowledge, like it's laughable, But you know what I mean? So it's like, so I started putting the wheel back on. Let me just get back on that real quick. So I started putting the wheel back on. Now this is an axle. Got the motherfucker. It was so bad to where security guard of some new program they got to where people walk around with neon vest on and shit like that. He came and brought me two cones to push the cars out some, and I appreciated that. I was like, thanks, bro. I appreciate that, man. Looking out for me and shit. Cause there was a couple of them was driving too close for me. Um, so that was another Matrix situation right there, right? Another thing happened. These niggas. So the next thing that happened, I'm driving down the street. I hear something go boom, 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 boom. I'm like, what the fuck is that? I look in the rear view, I see a black object. It looked like my whole headlight assembly on one side. I looked to the right. It was a guy that was saying, yo, bro, he started pointing to the back. I said, yeah, that's me. So let me stop the car. Ran back there, grabbed my big ass fucking headlight assembly and ran back to the car. Nah, I don't have no what you call that shit? Right turn blinker or nothing. So I went to go get a motherfucking all that shit at the auto parts store before I came back and started working on this shit like even more. So I was like, it's just man. So, I say this to say that because I say that to say this because I had to cut that off because um, spiritual war. I say all that shit to say like spiritual warfare is meant to attack the chosen ones. If you're not getting attacked in a demonic world, that means you sold your soul already. You don't know that you did what you did. Because all light beings, they are getting attacked. So if you're not getting attacked, who are you? Ask yourself that. Who are you? So that was another Matrix situation. I'm like, damn, dog, y'all just on my fucking dick, mad as hell. And I'm like, yo, y'all mad as fuck. Y'all mad as fuck. So fix the heat in that bitch. Fix a lot of fucking shit. Now my headlights want to jump off. No right hand turn, no headlight whatsoever, no nothing coming from the right front corner. I'm like, nah, bro. I'm looking around, seeing police lights and everything. They be pulling people over all the time looking for a reason. So I don't want to drive like that. So I was like, okay. Ran back there and got that shit and fixed it tight. Some what you call them bitches? Zip tie them bitches on there. They good, they strong, they holding up. Man, they got tested for sure. Rewired it and pulled the plug down to where I can plug it in easily into a wall. So spiritual warfare. When we are being attacked by these petty problems of being a human, problems that we don't even supposed to have. It's just that we in the matrix and the matrix affect us like that because it was built to do so. You know what I'm saying? So um, everything is fucking rigged. People are coming up missing from being whistleblowers all the way to motherfuckers just ain't doing shit, but they just getting fucking kidnapped for body human trafficking. So um so I'm like, yeah, all right, bet. Nah, there's been quite a few things that bad luckily just happened to me, like, but I don't call it bad luck. I call it a strategy, a strategic, a very put together play. So you have to be aware to see things coming and see and know something that's not coming or going to come. Spiritual warfare is the operation, it is the action of killing your spirits. Well, how do you kill your spirits? You do or say negative things towards that person. And after a while, the person might start believing the things. And it is so, with people who don't, it's like we're a party pooper type of shit, or we the people who like to go against the grain, which it needs to be gone against because this is outrageous. And you have to not let spiritual attacks change your personality. Continue to do the same shit you was doing beforehand. And just keep laughing at it and smiling and shit. That good energy heal your wound along with some adjective shit that you can buy that'll speed up the process of healing. But um, spiritual warfare is real, man. And people don't know that this world has been created and designed to be a living personal hell. Look around, everybody living in their own personal hell. Own personal hell. Everybody aching. It don't matter if they come out smiling every day or what. Uh, It's all good until he tell you his fucking problems and shit. Then you be like, oh. But yeah, um, I'm still sleeping in my car and I feel great. I took a shower, I go to the gym and work out and take their shower and take a shower there. It says temporary. If you want to support the channel, you already know what to do. But I've been gone, and some people was worried about me. But I'm doing good. I'm doing great, man. Appreciate people who really looking out, care about my best interests at heart. You know, because when you do you know, podcasts and video cast or whatever you want to call it. When you want to do those things, when you want to do those things and shit, and if you want to speak out, man, if you have a strong voice, or if you have been in a situation to where you was a whistleblower, you're thrown in the same category. So people need to understand that we are under attack by our own government, plain and simple. Black people have been getting blackballed for years. Now everybody's getting blackballed. And I just don't understand how well oiled machine like this is like almost flawless, like with no mistakes. Nothing came close to us to even take over anything or rise up. But the time is coming, man. The time is coming, and the only reason why I'm out here is because they found out that this was my fear, and they use whatever they know to work against you. Now they finding out it ain't doing nothing. They're not getting anything out of me. It was just a waste of my fucking time to put me up for 48 hours and shit like that. That's what devils do, and they don't receive no karma. They receive all the money in the world and gold and resources and get to have human slaves. And you sitting up here telling me that karma exists? I mean, they live up to they 90 years old. So you telling me that this shit is legit? Like God is legit, dog? I don't know. But I do know that um, spiritual warfare is a war. It is a war. That's when you know it's spiritual warfare when it's because it's a war. Look at all those things happening to me It was some demonic, dark, loser ass, dumb fuck ass entity who thought it would be funny to break my goddamn ball joint off my fucking car. Because they mad as hell anyway. You know what they wanted to do? They wanted me to pay that 300. It's only two things they wanted me to do that night when my axle had broke. And it goes with the story, the title of targeted individuals and all that shit, but they wanted me to pay that $350 and be more in the hole. Or they wanted that, or they wanted my whole truck. No, they wanted my whole truck to get towed. For some strange reason, that's number one. They wanted my whole truck to get towed for some reason. Maybe to I don't know, bug it. Maybe, I don't know. But they wanted me to pay that shit. They wanted me to be more behind financially for sure. That's a given. So that's the case. So, but I said, nah, I ain't gonna do it. Decided to do it myself. And the Matrix got mad at me to where I was turning to a personal hell into a heaven. And he wants us in personal hell so he can stay on top. So, thanks, Esoteric Knowledge, for leaving a message on another video asking me, am I okay? And checking on my well-being. I really appreciate you for that, man. I really do, man. But, yeah, I'm just juggling and winging it out. And some days it's not easy. I was supposed to be tight by now, but the Matrix put some more bills in front of me and some things I had to do. When you all caught up on bills, they're going to make you spend money and break your car down. Or your house. So it's like a money pit game. So that can be used as a spiritual warfare when you always, if you have to worry about eating and you in a world that's forced to consume, then that is a spiritual warfare. Ain't nothing spiritual about it in the moment, but you are spiritual. So then that's how it become that, because become a warfare because you are spiritual. They don't always attack you spiritual. They personal necessities and what you call that shit? Force of consumption. You know what I mean? So this shit's not going down. So yeah, it's just you spiritual, but it's a warfare, and people don't know it. Even if you scratch, okay, let me give you some more examples. Let me give you some more examples. All the stuff that happened to me. So that right there, excuse me, is spiritual warfare, right? Trying to get you depressed and down and get your spirits down. Bring you to a world and then deny you just to get your spirits down. That's a spiritual warfare. They can't do this while you're in the fourth, fifth dimension when you are whole or more wholer than a 3D reality. But then you come down to this 3D reality to they can't do it to you when you're a powerful being. They gotta bump you down to the third realm and do it. And that's what they're doing. There's no purpose for none of this shit that we do. This is what we're doing here is not elevating no civilization. Civilization. It ain't advancing nothing as far as the people. Yeah, the government is coming up with new technology to enslave you even more. But what about the people? The people is not doing anything special. Like they just work, eat, and shit. That's it. Like basic shit. Like you a fucking like dog or robot or something. You eat. I don't give a fuck how bougie you think you are, or how if you got money or if you don't have money. You don't do shit with your motherfucking life but eat shit and go to work. What do you call that? You just eat shit and go to work. You go to work, you can it's in all the areas you go around, you will be spiritually at war with somebody. Um, Everything is energy. So you items that are around you, it can be anything. It can be a bag of chips. It can be whatever. So if you aware, you will see these things attacking you. These objects, these possessions you hold, because everything is energy and they can manipulate energy to where they can make things and objects attack you. You know, like I work on houses, so like I was cutting this wood with this battery operated sawzall. It's a saw. It's a saw that cut thick wood, but it's handheld. And I'm up here cutting this wood at the point where it's about to disconnect and it's about to cut all the way through it. My coworker comes in and be like, "Hey," real loud, "Hey," and didn't even want nothing. He just did that shit to scare me, but it wasn't him. It was the Matrix. So it could have made me jump, but I didn't jump. I got a saw in my hand. The Matrix wanted me to jump the saw and hurt myself. This is spiritual warfare. People are being included in your spiritual warfare because they are being possessed to do so. They ain't nothing. They can just take control over them easily. But they can't do me like that because I override it with higher supreme being consciousness. About IQ. Let's be real. Dumb people get taken control of. Dumb people are sheep. Dumb people, dumb people, dumb people. You can't teach smartness. You can't teach intelligence. You can't teach IQ. You gotta have it or you don't. So, and so a lot of people are sitting on the fence and can be pushed and swing the vote either way. And those are people that they fear. They do not want to get them influenced. And they use the system to do that to where, you know, like I say, they make your check be late or short. Co-workers, a job is someplace where you can lose your job, you lose everything. So you got motherfuckers on the job running around here playing these games. You trying to keep a roof over your head. That's spiritual warfare. He don't really fucking give a fuck about you like that. The entity that wants you is, and he using him to do it. So he will get influenced. He will get influenced. He will get influenced to motherfucking drink. And when he get drunk, and they gonna have that plan rolled out for him to play after he drink. But he got influenced to drink. He wasn't gonna drink today, but he got influenced to drink. Like the Truman Show, your neighbor come over and offer you drinks and get you drinking and get you in a drinking spirit, just so you is they lining you up. Then something bad happens when you drunk. So it's all related to spiritual warfare. People start fights with you, all this shit. Spiritual warfare. God is running and controlling the matrix. God run the matrix. Okay? You praying to him thinking he good, and while all this evil in the world, he's the one controlling the matrix. If not, what is he doing up there? What is he doing if he's not controlling? You look up to pray because the God of this world lives behind the moon. He ain't nowhere else in the universe. He a supervisor on a planet. There's multiple planets of a 3D reality going through the same shit, with different styles. There's a little twist to them, and they all have to report to um, the CEO of the universe. CEO of the universe. When I say the universe is wicked, you better be looking out for that video. Who gonna tell you that God is a supervisor? That he's controlling the world, and that's why it's universal laws to where uh, that's why they tell you everything they do so they won't be charged. Who will charge God? And if God was good, why do we have to make a deal to have not free will, but I just said it too. Like why do damn I forgot, man. But like why would like God made the matrix, he designed it this way so he can get the best energy that he pleases to get, which is low end energy. So we just all here feeding him. That's it. You don't have a purpose, like I told you. How do you have a purpose? You can say that you having an experience, but you gonna say you have a purpose when you used to be in a higher realm, and you took a lower step into a slave, and you saying telling me a slave got a purpose? What is a slave purpose? The slave purpose is to be a slave. He don't know that. He have wishful thinking of doing this and doing that, but he just don't know that he's not gonna do it. And if he don't, he will be fucking slitting his throat because he can't take the pressure like life is rigged, Cam. So yo, bro, Sugar Bear, what's going on, my brother? My favorite sub, man. You know you saved my goddamn life that time, man. I'm in a whole nother fucking jam, but it'll be okay though. You know what I'm saying? Cause I'm trying to show people that, man, when you gotta have you gotta when you face situations, you gotta get through 'em, man. You can't let it change your personality, man. The Matrix is on my head, bro. He's trying to smother me to where I'll just go sit down and won't talk no more. Because they know I'm about to start talking about reptilians, and I've been supposed to start doing it, but I've been delaying it, been delaying it, been delaying it, been delaying it. I've been delaying it. You know what I'm saying? Pushing it back, pushing it back. They don't want me to talk about it. So I am gonna start talking about it. You know what I'm saying? So um spiritual warfare, man, I'm up here sleeping in my car, man. Rewind it back. You will hear what I said when I my axle broke and I had to fix it and all that shit. But man, spiritual warfare is not for the zombies, it's for the woke. So it don't matter if you fat, skinny, rich or poor, you will be attacked. Period. It's just like that. It's something you have to get used to. You have to uh, be strong enough to oppose it. You know what I mean? Instead of just why me and why fuck all that shit. I can say why me and all that shit too. You know what I'm saying? I don't say that shit because I know it's them doing it. So you ain't gonna hear me saying that. But that Aries energy, bro. Man, what they doing to you right quick, Sugar Bear? You said they after you too, huh? They on my head, man. I'm documenting every goddamn little thing that happens. You know what I'm saying? Like these motherfuckers is on my motherfucking head, bro. And they can't do nothing about changing my energy, you know? Oh, excuse me. They like to get you when you young because you be immature. You're not going to be this damn stable when they spiritual attack you. So I made it all these fucking years. I've been getting a spiritual attack all my life. I made it all these years to this point. So I don't know why they think this shit is going to fucking bother me. Aries has the energy to make a move on what he's thinking about. They fear Aries. We the first sign, so we the most signs is nothing but your personal curse you have to overcome. Your demon you get, but um nah, bro. I got too many distractions right now. At this second, man, I can't do it right now. I just yeah, signs are demons you have to overcome because it'll overtake you. I know people that they demon sign has overtaken them. They done, done, fucked up, man. Yeah, man. As far as the hacking the Matrix, dude, I'm about to hack the Matrix, but I got two good hacks I can do. You know what I'm saying? Get this bread. I gotta get through this situation first. You know what I mean? Like they really doing the most, man, with this money pit draining fucking demonic evil system and shit. You know what I mean? So yeah, no, really, you know, it can be like one. It can be close, but then it can be like one thing that can throw it all off. Like how I got out here is when my boss called me off on that Friday. I needed to work the rest of them 3 days to get through because I had to pay to keep my car going. I said, I gotta work all this. I gotta work every day out the week to make it. He called me off Friday. I was like, fuck, I'm done. Packed everything, and just like fuck it. You know what I mean? Um, Motherfuckers fucking with me and shit. This is just one person fucked with me. Walked up to the car, I was asleep, and almost shot him. This is like the third, fourth time I almost shot somebody by walking up to my car. You know. I don't know what's gonna happen. I'm gonna shoot a motherfucker out here or what? I mean, I'll be gone. It won't be no more life is red. You know what I mean? But I don't know, man. I ain't worried about it because you have to learn spiritual warfare. It taught me to be comfortable in being uncomfortable. So, you be uncomfortable a lot. You go through uncomfortable situations. So, I got comfortable with being uncomfortable. So you want to make me uncomfortable? I'm comfortable. If you want to make me uncomfortable, I'm comfortable with that. Whatever it is, you know what I mean. I ain't gonna change my personality. I'm not gonna change. It's gonna be for the better. My personality is already set. Everybody know I like to laugh, I like to smile, and I talk real shit. So after this situation, I should be doing the same fucking thing, right? I shouldn't stop smiling, should stop laughing, shouldn't stop, you know, being woke, going to this depressed spiral, I know not to do that. Yup, you ain't lying. This world crazy. It's like, what purpose is it? You walk outside, you see all these crazy motherfuckers and shit. You be like, everybody is on a different fucking page. Shit is so fucking weird. Like, it's just, you can see that this society was purposely aimed for the people to be this way. And if so, who are our leaders really be? You know, are they the warden of a correctional facility? Because it only benefits us if we wasn't. I mean, it's only benefit them if we was in slavery. Like, why would you come and take a lower step into the 3D reality to do great things? Well, you can't do nothing greater on this. You can't do nothing greater than any other realm. So how you gonna come take a lower step and be great and do great things? What is it? You only can do physical things. You can't create physical things. You, with your imagination, you gotta physically do it. So that's a step down. You're powerless. Yeah, it's all in the movie. The dimensions in time. Dimensions in time. This is the only round where they record every fucking um thing that was said and done. That shit crazy. Ain't no other round like that. Why would you fucking if there's a AI machine, it's a people don't even know it's like a database of a computer that collects every motherfucking conversation, every fucking thing you done is recorded. I think it's called the Caustic Records. The Caustic Records. I was gonna do a video on that, but I changed off on it because it was gonna be a short video because there ain't too much really to say about it. And, you know what I'm saying? Only about it records everything you say and do. What else can I say about that? You know what I'm saying? But it don't make sense to do that unless you was trying to mimic and replace with some, you know what I'm saying? Or that you was about to be replaced by some AI bots to copy your personality. When somebody's record, like let's say, like okay, they record every damn situation and conversation and interaction and situation. Um, that is it tells me that okay, This shit is not real. If they record everything in the acoustic records, let's Google it up. You will see it. Acoustic records. It's a computer. It's a big ass computer, AI computer that records everything. And if you were to me, when I first found out about the acoustic records, I'm like, well, damn. You sure? Are you sure they recording everything or they playing everything? If you record something, you can play it back. And what else can you do with that symbolizes? That can symbolizes a movie we're in. You can play it back. They're recording it and you can replay it back. Nobody knows if they're recording right now or playing this back. And we just playing this shit. You know what I mean? And how do people be like, all right, life is it's people out there that believe that life is fate. Like your life is already set out. There's no prediction going on. You came down here to do this shit. It was already planned. You're gonna do what you signed off to do. And that don't coincide with free will. So it's either or. But that explains the soul contracts you signed. You said you sign soul contracts, then you come down here and you play the role that you signed, you gave consent to fucking play. At this part, it don't matter what you do, it's gonna go this way because life is about fate. It ain't meant for you to be this, and it's meant for you to be that, and you're gonna be that. Well, who makes up all this shit? You know what I'm saying? To where uh, you come down here, it'd be so unfair. You come down here and you play a script that you can't control. But if you break out of that script, then you get targeted. That's locking in energy. They making sure when you sign soul contracts, they know it's gonna be a certain amount of energy being released because you signed the contracts to be uh, for whatever reason. Some people sign them contracts to say, yeah, I want to be rich. This is a pain. This is a pain planet. A pain planet. If you poor, if you don't know better, you be suffering. I'm not suffering mentally. You know what I'm saying? So anybody else would, but I'm not. You know what I mean? Everybody can't sleep in their car. You know, so if you rich and you think you just gonna live life on and you gonna if you rich, if you get rich, it's a pain planet. So if you get money, you're gonna get pain, catch pain, or feel pain with sickness. I don't know, like when people like get rich, all of a sudden their kids just get sick out of nowhere, get diagnosed with shit. It levels it out. Instead of being on cloud nine, you on cloud five with a mixed emotions because I made it, but my son is sick or you is sick. You can't enjoy it. That's what life is. It's a fucking scam. You know what I mean? I swear, man, as soon as my little sister, my baby sister bought a house, she got sick. She lost 100 pounds. Can't make this shit up. Motherfucker don't even want you to have a house, nothing. RV, He don't want you happy at all. Raise your hand if you happy. Don't lie to me. Don't fucking lie to me. You know goddamn well that you're not happy. Especially if you're on this channel. Because you know that you are bigger than a 3D reality. So it's nothing really here that can make you like, you ain't gonna walk around sad, but you ain't gonna be like on cloud nine. You know what I mean? Because we get bored of this place. We get bored of this shit. We get bored having regular conversations. We get bored talking to zombies. We get bored of this place. We get bored of seeing the same shit every fucking day. We get bored, more bored. I know I do. I overstand this place. I'm over this place. And when I go to the fucking astral realm, when I die, I'm gonna raise fucking hell. I'm gonna tell them to kiss my motherfucking ass. Y'all some scam artists. Y'all ain't shit. Period. I don't care what they do. I'm a ball of energy. What you gonna do to me? You ain't make me and you cannot break me. So you have to be, very aware of your surroundings, man, because, and I'm telling you, this shit weird as hell. How other people don't know they're being spiritually attacked. And after I fixed my car, when my car had broke with that axle, and I fixed the axle, when I went to work, I supposed to got there at 10, got there at 1. Finally got there, but I got my car running good back again. Uh, just by fixing it off the road, sitting on the side of the road, I switched out axles, and the old axle was split in two, so I put the new axle in there, popped the wheel back on, locked it, and, tightened everything up. Soon as I started driving to work, I seen like 5 cars that was broke down. I'm talking about broke the fuck down on the side of the road. I'm like, you can't make this shit up. It's different times, you know this. You driving won't notice nothing, but certain days you go out and you see everybody car broke down. Spiritual warfare. Getting attacked. We're getting attacked while we have to live in the world and get attacked, dude. Like, what type of shit is that? People fall in love with their avatars and false sense of opportunity. They don't even see the motherfucking the world is rigged. Literally. And that's their fucking problem they gotta deal with. The fight is with you. You have to overcome that shit personally. At some point, we all need to come together on some things, but it's some things that you gotta handle on your own too. And you can't do it if you're not aware. You don't know what's going on. You can't fix what's going on. It's best to do that. And it's the way it is. It's the dog eat dog world. We're forced to consume. We forced to compete against each other, and you love it. You already lost the spiritual warfare. You don't even have a spirit no more. You don't have a soul no more. You sell your soul so you can. Let me tell you why you sell your soul. You sell your soul so you can stay a 3D reality person forever, so they can, AKA hell. So you just really signing up for hell. Your whole fucking soul existence. You don't even have a soul no more after you do that. You just have a spirit. And you die, you come back. Your soul is nowhere. Your spirit will be under the dome. Your soul will be cut off. And whatever they do with your soul after you sell it is gone. It's done. They eating you like Pac-Man. And you stuck on a 3D reality being a fucking zombie. Cause you do nothing. Your conscious level is fucking working a job and going to church and listening to your government and your goddamn news channel, local news. Nothing spiritual about you. That means you're spiritually dead. You're a zombie. Okay? You know. I broke. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention. Broke my rear view mirror because this guy at the red light. I'm at the red light. That's the last thing that happened. That little thing that happened that they be trying to piss me off with. The guy, I was irritable at that guy off work. Motherfucker was doing street theater on me to where every red light, every green light that turned green, every light that turned green, and I was in a rush. Every light that turned green, motherfucker still sitting at the light for like 3 seconds before they push the gas. And when they push the gas, it's slow as fuck. Like it was abnormal. I'm like blowing my horn and shit, and I just try to go around them and shit. Didn't know it was merging in. There was some garbage put on the side of the curb. They should have had it on the grass. That bitch was in the street, but it was. I clipped my rearview mirror with that garbage, and hit my light. And I forgot to tell you this too. Another thing. Now that's the rear view mirror, right? Motherfucker had broke. I had put that bitch, popped that bitch back in there. It's cracked, but it's still in there. But the whole thing came out, so it still sits in there, but it's cracked. So I didn't realize that I hit my headlight for that side of the car, the passenger side of the car. I'm driving down. I'm at work today. My boss was like, go to Home Depot, grab some supplies. I was like, all right. And I'm driving. The whole fucking headlight assembly falls right out the fucking car on the ground. And I drove like equivalent of like 3 houses length. And the guy was like on the side of me, like, hey bro, you dropped something. I seen it too at the same time. And I looked, I said, that's my goddamn headlight. I better grab that shit. I got it. I put that bitch in park and ran back there. It was no cars coming at the time. As soon as I grabbed it, they started all coming. And I was playing football. I ran fast as I can, grabbed that bitch, and ran back to my car and put that bitch inside my car, drove off to the side. And I was like, oh, if I didn't get that fucking light, I would have had problems. I would have been getting stopped by the police. So they trying to set it up slowly but surely. I would have got pulled over for not having no right turning blinker or right headlight. Because that my whole assembly is the headlight and the blinker. So that whole thing fell out. So I wouldn't have no blinker or headlight. So then I was like, damn, I wonder if shit still works. So I plugged the shit in and the shit still worked. And I zip tied it together and made it work. It's on there. So I'm like, damn, man, they just trying to cause little problems at a time, man. They just playing around. This is how they play around. And I know they doing the same thing to you in different styles. And, I know this. I know there is. Petty. It's a pain planet. You will bump your knee for no motherfucking apparent reason, just to give you some pain, man, just to make you say, "Ow." You was no way you was gonna hit your knee on this motherfucker, but you hit your knee on this motherfucker because they made you hit your knee on that motherfucker, just so you can irritate your ass. They can't go in on us like that because the overlords and shit would come to God and say, "What the fuck is you fucking up our matrix for, bitch?" Put God in his place. Like, nigga, you a supervisor. You don't make decisions. I'll give you the rules to run this world. Because we already got the formula. And we ain't gonna have you mess it up. Now, if you don't want to do right, God, we'll replace you with another God. How deep is that? Never before said. I'm planting this in your head so the next time you hear it, it's going to lock. You're going to believe it then when you hear it twice. That God is a supervisor. The universe is a slave. It's a slave universe. Every planet has a God that overrides and makes sure the shit goes as planned. AKA, every world has a spaceship. AKA moon. So if you see two suns, so people be like, oh, yeah, it's two suns. It's Nibiru, oh, wherever you call that motherfucker, Nibiru, wherever. Nibiru, whatever, however you say that shit. Nibiru, whatever. Okay, now look. Now I broke down Slave Planet 3D reality, right? With the sun and the moon, right? The sun represents time, which is a slave planet. So if you see two suns, what do you think that means? What do you think that means when you see two suns? Hmm? Two suns. You're looking at the other 3D reality sun that's somehow moving into our atmosphere. They're covering it up. It would expose the flat Earth, that it's more life on the other side of Antarctica, because their sun is coming over here with our sun. And you don't see it every time. You'll see it sometimes. So sometimes you'll see two suns up there because there, I told you, is more than more 3D reality, slave 3D realities. It's not a good sign to see two suns. That's remembrance of another planet going through the same shit that we're doing, which I am linking the the universe is slavery. I'm about to start going off into that. It's time to go up it up a notch. I'm about to start breaking down the universe is a slave. It's a slave universe. I'm gonna break down where God sits at and other gods. Now it's different universes. It's a multiverse. How is it a multiverse? How is it a word called multiverse if it wasn't a multiverse? So you know it's a multiverse, right? So what's a universe and what's a multiverse? Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna break that down for you. This is why they fuck with me, because I can break that shit down for you, man. I can really save lives out here just by just opening up their conscience more, and they don't like that. That's all I wanted to do was just make my living and go live off into the and go live and grow consciously on my own. But it was fucking with me, fucking with me, fucking with me, fucking with me, fucking with me to where I was like, you know what? I'm making a channel. And I'm about to attack these motherfuckers and I'm gonna form an army. And they think I'm not gonna form an army, but I am. I don't know how big it will be, but I am forming a positive, high conscious army. I don't give a fuck who failed before me. I don't care. I really don't give a fuck. The most aware will pull it off. These other guys was knowledgeable, but they wasn't most aware. You have to watch all angles, my friend. You have to watch all angles. This is a video game, bro. You have to know how to pre-judge shit. You know what I'm saying? You have to see it before it comes so you can make a move and get out of that shit. You know? So don't get depressed if you lose your house. Don't get depressed if you have to sleep in your car. Don't get depressed about any motherfucking thing because that's why we are cursed with emotions in a hell realm. Emotions is not emotions. Higher realms don't deal with emotions. They don't. You say God is love. God ain't love. He don't even deal with emotions. That's how he can look at you suffering and won't do shit for you. Well, he made the world for you to suffer, so how he look like helping you? That's why you don't get help, because he made it for you to suffer here. It's like a dead silence. When you pray, it's like you're talking to yourself. Quit playing. He ain't saving nobody here. People are getting attacked for picking this world apart by coming through this IQ test and getting a fucking perfect score, which Life is Rigged is getting. And they get mad at that shit when you come down here and you pass a little fucking IQ test. And you see all the dum-dums who can't put shit together. Huh? Most people who can pass an IQ test, they answer questions that sounded fucking crazy. Okay? Abnormal. They answered questions that was just didn't make sense. But he got it right. He answered it and got it right. It's a technique in that. It's called put yourself in a situation so you can see it better and feel it better. Then you tackle it. People want to tackle and solve things from outside. You got to get in to do it. Become one with it to understand it, to answer it, to understand it. You can only do outside for so long, then you're gonna see some things that you're gonna have to really become one with it to conquer it, not to conquer, well, to override it, to conquer it, whatever, to to answer the question you have or to solve the problem you have. Every time you turn around, something is going wrong. I can get in a room of 1,000 people and say that, and they be jumping out their chair like, "Yeah, you right. Hell yeah, hell yeah." He ain't lying. Every fucking second is something going wrong. Why? Why is everything always going wrong? Because you are spiritually at war. You're not here to have your life and to be great. You're here to be you are here to have a spiritual war and to lose a spiritual war. They betting on you to lose the spiritual war. Ooh, excuse me. That's what I be saying um, about the amusement park. Because if you didn't really know what the amusement park, what was under the amusement park, you would look at the amusement park a little different. You know, we get caught up in our visuals and seeing pretty shit and things to do and we get caught up. You get caught up in that shit. Not to mention, I left some things out. I was supposed to, my axle broke. I was supposed to go to see this special friend that I had met 100 miles away. And the Matrix was trying to stop me. That's when my axle broke. Fixed my axle, went to work. After work, I still went there. Spent the weekend, had a ball. They find out I was supposed to be there and they were trying to stop me. What is it? What's life if somebody give you life and they controlling your life? I mean, or causing pain in your life. I don't know, man. Shit is weird, man, how people don't catch on to shit. But nevertheless, man, I gotta go. Still hanging in there. I'm doing great. Just see whatever you can PayPal at lifeisrigged.com. It's in the video quotes description. I don't know. I'll probably make a video next week. I'm gonna have to go a whole week and get some shit straight, but I wish I can do videos like this all the time, but I'm in the trenches, so just bear with me and support your boy if you can. And I'm out.